Hello, so today I'm going to go over a Fast 9 style of board. Hopefully this is a little bit fun. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm doing the post commentary here because during the game I was a little bit tilted because I was basically a lot of this game I was bitching about the game prior that I got really unlucky with. I went 8th, but you know, I could probably improve on that game too. We won't talk about it. Maybe that'll be like a members only thing on the other channel. But this game, basically I wanted to play a Fast 9 board. It ended up being a Fast 9 board, but we'll talk about it from the start. I don't have a reroll angle here, so I want to take something that lets me play around 4 cost, but I think all the 4 costs kind of suck. So we're definitely just leaning towards an econ augment. Of the econ augments, there's Cluttered Mind and Slamming. I like Slamming more for 2 reasons. Number 1, I like having the component to play around. And number 2, Slamming allows me to make econ earlier, which basically offsets some of the XP gain that you get from Cluttered Mind. So I'm a full Slamming enjoyer. I don't care what other people rank it. I always take it. I think it's good. Debatable, whatever. I think it's like the best econ. I like it the most out of all of them. Additionally, if you're going level 9, this is a bit of donkey math for you guys. Like, it's not necessarily the best math. It's like estimation and just me justifying something that I already like. So there's heavy bias here. But I like Slamming way more if I'm going level 9. Cluttered Mind I like way more if I know that I'm only playing for level 8. With Cluttered Mind, you get 3 XP per round. But like I said, you have to hold a bunch of units on your bench, so you don't make econ as much early. It's a little bit weird. It's a little bit like whatever. Like, who cares? But the 3 XP per round means that you're going to get to level 8 faster with Cluttered Mind with more gold than Slamming, which only gives 2 XP per round. Now, Slamming gives a component. I love to play around the component. It gives 2 XP per round. However, if I know that I'm going to be going to level 9, I like Slamming more than Cluttered Mind because the 3 XP versus the 2 XP basically becomes negligible because later in the game, if I make it to stage 4, for example, usually you're not Cluttered Mind on stage 4 because you have to roll all your units, you have to roll everything, you have to use all your gold, you have to find the extra copies of your units, and blah, 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 blah. So usually you start to lose Cluttered Mind value later in the game because you just can't hold the units on your bench because you are instead playing your actual board. With Slamming, you constantly get it. So technically, in my head, I always think of it as Cluttered Mind, I get 2 stages of 3 XP per round. Slamming, I get infinite 2 XP per round, which usually works out to around the same amount of XP much later in the game, right? If I go on stage 5 as a snapshot, Slamming would make up the XP on the stage 4 because I would get 2 XP per round on stage 4. It would make up for the 1 extra XP on the 2 earlier stages with Cluttered Mind. Now, that's obviously donkey math, but like I said, I still like to play around it because the early component gives a lot of information on what I'm going to make on carousel. It can also help me to streak earlier. It gives me like a good opportunity to play around different comps and different lines. So I'm totally on board for all of that. So I just take Slamming instead. Of course, you know, some people like other augments better, like Cluttered Mind. Technically, if you know that you're just going to stay on level 8, or if you're in a good spot, you can still take it, and it does pay more than Slamming. But in general, I'm more of a fan of Slamming. That's just how it is for me. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, when we talk about these comps, you'll see that I end up hitting... I have a Nefuri 2. Nefuri 2 is very good for early game. Very strong unit that you can actually play around pretty easily. So I take Ordinary here. Ordinary basically supercharges or super buffs a unit with a bunch of HP and attack speed if they have no active traits. It's similar to like Built Different in other patches, or sorry, other sets. So I see the Nefuri, and I'm basically like, I think I can streak with a Nefuri with Ordinary. They buff Ordinary like every single patch, by the way, so I'm pretty sure it's broken, but it's just very particular. Like, you need a unit that really loves to have those stats, so I think it's good on Nefuri. Because Nefuri alone, even without any synergies, is kind of a broken unit. Like, Nefuri is one of those units that can solo like stage 1 or whatever. It's just one of those good units that's good on their own. So I take Ordinary here, and I slam melee items. Now, what am I playing with these melee items? I basically have like 1 or 2 outs. I can maybe play Katarina. I can maybe play like Volibear. I can maybe play like some other units. But really, it's just the 5 costs, right? Something that I saw. Now, this is something I saw Ripple Overdrive do this. Ripple Overdrive is a pro North American TFT player. Something that I saw Ripple Overdrive do is play basically the tiny team board into a quick fast 9. So basically they just played this board, which is I think what I'm aiming for this game. Just try it out because I feel like I don't have a reroll angle and I want to try and do this. They played this in tournament and it was actually very stable and very strong. The idea is that you play 6 Bastion, and then the eventual end goal is that you're going to drop these units and you're going to play 6 Bastion into like a full 5 cost board, right? because this is a valid option. The other option with 5 cost is to play Juggernaut, and then you play Lee Sin as well, and Juggernaut Lee Sin is really broken, and he's like your melee carry. But basically what I said to myself is, I'm going to angle this type of board, where I'm playing a backline AD / caster unit, and I'm playing around the Volibear, because it's pretty uncontested, and it felt like when I watched it, it was like really stable. So I want to try it out for myself to see if I need to make a guide on it, if I need to like talk to you guys about it on the other channel. And when I play my games, you know, as much as I try and gain LP, I also do a lot of experimenting to make sure that, like, you know, I'm not just forcing the same comp all the time, and I actually have informative YouTube content on my main channel when I do the guides. So with this comp, basically you just play around Volibear Jinx, and then you just basically like rock this. You basically win a couple rounds on stage 4 if some of the rerollers don't hit, and then you just go fast 9 off of this. So you basically sack stage 4, you have this in-between board, and then you play the 5 cost later. And then your max cap is obviously like the TF board. It's like the Bastion board has really good synergies for playing like, you know, 5 costs, because basically all the 5 costs can work. So on your roll down, basically, like, if you have a Bastion synergy, this is why I like Bastions more than Juggernauts, by the way. If you make 6 Bastion, you basically don't make any backline items, or so you don't make any frontline items. Your frontline is 6 Bastion, so you focus purely on making damage items. Then in terms of your units, you have so many different options for backline units, because you have an insanely stable frontline. Braum, this, Lee Sin as well, TF, Yone can work, Zyra, right? All of these units pretty much are clickable 5 costs that make this board noticeably stronger with the 6 Bastion synergy, right? Because you can just play a melee Lee Sin, even if he doesn't have synergies, like no Juggernaut, it's fine. Braum obviously works really well because he's a Bastion. Gwen has double synergy. Zyra works well because you basically have 2 backlines. TF works well. You have Edgelord for Yone as well. So finding the 5 costs on level 8, basically any 5 cost that you hit, you can try and stabilize around. Just one copy of the 5 cost, 6 Bastion. You lose a couple rounds, you win a couple rounds, you go fast 9, and then you fix your board on level 9, upgrade your units, whatever you hit, you upgrade, and you play it on the Bastion board. That's like the idea. And then there's the in-between step of you can also hold on to Jinx Volibear, and then you can pivot off of them or play them later. And then you can keep the Volibear, whatever, it's fine. Because the synergies are really good for the Bastion units. That's the main thing. Juggernaut a little bit more particular, but it does cap higher because Lee Sin is just broken. Just something to note. But anyways, so this game, as you can see, I make the Hodge, which is obviously a melee style item, and then I make the Kraken. Kraken can work on Jinx, can work on Twisted Fate, and it could also work on Volibear because Volibear usually attacks a lot. That's part of his kit. They reworked him to be more of like an auto attacker ramp up, so Kraken's also good on him. So I make 2 solid items, and I'm just trying to angle those 2 boards, right? Either the 4 cost board, where I then use that as an in-between step to get to the level 9 board, and then the level 9 board, which hopefully, if I hit early enough, will cap out and be really strong. And I'm hoping that with this Nefiri, I can win streak this early game. Stage 2 is going to go well. Hopefully I can carry that win streak over into stage 3. If I carry it into stage 3, stage 4, we just don't worry about it. We just hit whatever units we can. Call it a day. Stage 5, we roll for 5 costs, and if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. Now, I've done this once before, but I didn't do the in-between step. I kind of just did it as a fast 9 board, so I didn't roll at all on level 8, and I think that's where the difference is on this video that you'll see. And that time I went 4th. I don't think I posted on the VOD channel because it just felt like kind of like meh. Like, you know, it didn't feel like interesting enough, at least to me, but maybe you guys would have liked to see it. But basically I just like fast 9, then I went 4th because I didn't hit a TF, and by the time I hit TF he didn't scale, and then I had all TF items. I didn't hit any Zyras. I basically had 0 Zyra, 0 TF on my roll down when I went to 9, and I rolled like 50 gold on level 9, and I had all upgraded Bastions and nothing, and then I had a Gwen and I got like Katarina ult and I died, and I went 4th, you know, so it was okay, but it wasn't great. But this time around, it's going to be better. It's going to be better than 4th, guys. So stay tuned. This is just me team plannering. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. Okay, so we 5 streak. Now there's a little bit of a dilemma with my items. I don't know what to make with these because I want to focus purely on damage items, right? The main reason is that there is a new fruit on Twisted Fate that works really well called Noxious Trap or Noxious whatever. And it does anti-heal, Shred Sunder and like Burn Wound or Anti-Heal, right? So I want to get that on TF eventually. If I don't hit a TF, then I'm hoping that I can play something in between to kind of give me Shred or Sunder. But the idea is that I want to make only damage items, right? 6 Bastion is my front line. No tank items. I'll repeat it one more time. When you're doing this type of thing, no tank items. I want to have 3 items for a melee carry, or like a Volibear. I want to have 3 items for like an AP carry, so like a Gwen or a Zyra. And I want to have 3 items for Twisted Fate, which is like a caster unit, but basically, not a caster unit, he's like an auto-attacking unit, but you can put anything on him because he has AP and AD scaling, so you can just make it work, and it's fine. So when I'm looking at these components, I don't know what to make because I can either make a Spark, which I don't really want to make because I might be focusing more on AD, especially with the Kraken start. So Spark isn't necessarily great. Gunblade is also not that great, and then I already made Hodge, so I don't really want to make a BT, like a Bloodthirster. So I just kind of like sitting here floating 3 components. It's a little bit bad, but it's okay. I see Power of Friendship. I could have maybe just played Star Guardian this game, but because there's like one Star Guardian player, and I wasn't sure if there's another Star Guardian player looking at the early game items, I didn't want to go into it. So I float it, but instead I just go last second save. My items are not good for Star Guardian, so I don't end up doing it. It's funny, you can probably hear me bitching on stream because immediately I see a Poppy, and it would have been nice if I just had the Star Guardian augment. I don't think it's that strong, by the way. It does give mana gen, which is pretty nice, but it's not like broken, so it's not that big of a deal to skip that. Even if I want to play Star Guardian, last second save is probably even better for Star Guardian anyways. But here I level to 7 to play the Poppy. I scout my matchup. I think I scouted my matchup. Did I not scout my matchup? I probably didn't scout my matchup because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I didn't scout my matchup here. Yeah, I should have scouted this matchup because I know who the other 2 players are. I don't know who the 100 streaker is. And if I fight the 100 streaker, I should know if this makes a level diff or not. Yeah, see, like this guy, like I level here because I can make 30. I'm level 7, 30 gold. It's fine. But if I'm level 7, 30 gold, I'm not really concerned with, how do I phrase it? I'm not really concerned with, like, the econ right now because with level 730, I'll be able to make it to 40, make it to 50. Like, I'll be fine. I just want to make sure that I win these rounds. So here I level. This guy's Wits End Janna, which I don't even know if it's good, but whatever. It's a level diff for sure. Like, watch this fight. Like, if I saw this guy in my pool, I probably would have leveled anyways. But winning this round is huge. Because now, even though we sacrifice some econ, we're not making 50. We keep our 7 streak. Right? Our 7 streak is generating us gold per round. That is going to make up for the fact that we took the hit on the interest. So this was an aggressive level, but it makes sense. Because from my spot, it doesn't grief my econ that much, right? I'm level 740. Next turn, I'm level 750. I'm losing 2 turns of interest. But in return, I'm getting 3 gold of win streak gold that I get to keep my win streak. So usually when you do that, you have to scout. Obviously, I'm an idiot. I'm streaming. If I wasn't streaming, I'd probably be more dialed in. So I didn't scout. That could have gone really poorly because if there was somebody that you definitely never beat, then you don't level because it's like it's not worth the risk. But likewise, if there is like all of your lobby, if they're easily beatable, then there's no need to level because basically all I leveled for is Star Guardian Poppy bonus. And I have all 1 stars anyways, and I have this Nefiri with no synergies. So, you know, it's not the greatest board. And there's a good chance we can end up losing anyways. So, you know, be careful about that. You know, it is what it is. I want to skip some of these fights. Oh, yeah, I lose this round right after. But it's fine, because I'm still guaranteed to make 50 next turn, but I lose to the Janna board. This is why the Janna board's so annoying, because it's just so easy to win streak with it. In the mid game. Here I just take, what do I take here? I'm curious. Do I take, oh, I want to take Belt, but I was too slow. So then I take Cloak. No, I take Rod. I take Rod and I just slam Rabadons because I don't want to make a Spark, so I don't really have a use for this other Rod. I think that's fine. We're gonna skip ahead a little bit. I have this Volibear. I lose 1 or 2 of these matchups to the reroll players. I was hoping that I would win streak this stage, but I still have a decent HP lead. It's just a little bit awkward now. But anyways, I slam Rabadons, make myself a little bit stronger. And I should probably just put items on Volibear. I think Volibear at this point is better with the Yasuo. Yeah, exactly. Yasuo, Mentor, play this. I don't have 4 Bastion, so it's fine. I think Volibear will be fine here. If I had a Gnar or something, it would be better. Playing the Kog'Maw for Shred Sunder as well, just for fun. Make it a little bit easier on myself in some of these fights. This guy had a TF on level 7. I thought this was a death sentence for me. He wants to play Malzahar, but this TF, if he kept it in, I swear to God, this guy could have probably won the game if he just flexed around the TF instead. But I think he just sells the TF later, which actually serves me really well, because TF is going to... It's what I'm aiming to be my main carry at one point in the game. Knowing this guy exists, he could have probably like one streak and done really well with this, but I don't know. I think he sells it after. Let's skip ahead a little bit, just to make this video like not super long, because I'm going to get tired of talking. But yeah, I play Volibear here. As you can see, I have the cornerstone of what I want to be playing. I start to pivot my board a little bit, just to make it easier on the transition rounds. As you can see as well, I'm also holding some of the mech units. I'm holding the mighty mechs, like the Lucians and the what's his name, Gangplank. It's just in case I had a Yone, right? I can easily just play Yone from this spot and just play like melee backline, or sorry, AP backline. It's fine. It's not even an issue. But here, I just slam my items. I make my third Volibear item, so I'm pretty happy there. I make Archangels, just scaling AP, so I have like an AP build. This AP can work on Zyra, can also work on TF, could also work on a Gwen in some cases. Obviously, it's not good because she's a Sork, but it's fine. I don't have that many gloves. And then I end up just slamming the other items. I deafen so that I don't have to deal with like whatever chat's talking about. And I lose to this guy, Calculos. He just hits everything, or he's trying to play a Kali. He misses a Kali, but he hits the Rise too. So he just rolled ahead of me, so it's a little bit awkward. And now we're going to level to 8. We're going to roll it down, and we're going to try and hit our board, right? The Jinx, the Volibear, and ideally a 5 cost, right? Any 5 cost is good. Zyra, Gwen, Braum, Twisted Fate, obviously the best option. There's so many 5 costs we can hit. So any of the 5 costs on level 8, we have a chance of seeing at least one of them if we roll a 0. So any of them will be fine. Hopefully we high roll. And let's see what we hit. Oh, what do you know? We hit Twisted Fate. Okay, GG. So now we're in a good spot. Now we have Twisted Fate. Twisted Fate can hold the AP items, and he's going to scale. Now, I still should be rolling here. I'm just trying to fix my board up because I don't want to accidentally put things in a bad spot. But here, basically what I should be doing is rolling for... Okay, first of all, yeah, Noxious. We hit it. Right, Twisted... That's why Twisted Fate's so good, because I don't have Shred Sunder. So Noxious now gives me Burn, Wound, Shred, Sunder, which makes my full damage item build work out. It makes it good here. So, very, very good. Very, very strong. But what I should do is, in order to stabilize, I still need to have somebody upgraded. So I want to roll for Volibear 2. And in some cases, I might even play Jinx or something else, just to see if it works. Or some backline AP carry. Even like a Yuumi might be fine in a setup like this, just to like bide our time. But as you can see, I'm rolling for the Volibear. It should be relatively okay to hit. I'm paired on the Volibear. I was paired on some other of the frontline tanks, but even upgrading all of the Bastions is good. Also, sorry, I didn't mention. I took Final Ascension as the augment choice. That might be really surprising. I talk about it a lot that Final Ascension is really dog shit and I don't really want it. But the main thing here is that it's actually kind of okay. Because number 1, I'm 6 Bastion. Number 2, I'm last second save. So between 6 Bastion and last second save, the chances of Ascension going off is actually really, really high. And my units can really scale well with Ascension, right? Volibear and the Twisted Fate could become absolutely nutty monsters with Ascension. I just wanted combat. Now, I still think Ascension necessarily isn't the best. If I'm being honest, we should probably look back and see what my options were, just in case I clicked it, because I know I wasn't happy about clicking it. Yeah, Climb the Ladder is no good. Paraforce is no good. Blazing Soul isn't that great because I'm mostly carrying Volibear right now. Piercing Sight, I think, is bugged, so I don't know if I should click it or not for Twisted Fate. But it would be fine if I was playing Twisted Fate Zyra. Like, they could proc Piercing Sight probably. But, like, I don't know if it's bugged. So then it's Cybernetic Uplink, which is mana and HP, which is good. Mana and HP is fine. I also have some spare components that are just taking up space. So I could have done Cybernetic Uplink. But I think Ascension, I'm probably making it to 15. I think it was the right choice. It's just weird because I hate that augment. It's just such a shit augment. But because like you're basically down an augment for 15 seconds. But I think with specifically the situation I'm in of 6 Bastion with the last second save, it's gonna be really hard. Like I'm definitely lasting 15 seconds in all of these fights, right? I would be surprised if I didn't. So I think with this type of setup, I think it's fine. But anyways, the Twisted Fate makes such a huge difference here Because now I can very easily just, like, I don't even have to, it's not like a rocky make it to level 9. It's like a very easy make it to level 9. Right? If I didn't have the Twisted Fate, my backline carry really had to do some heavy lifting. It was probably maybe like a Yumi. I don't know if I skipped Yumis on my roll down. Or even like a Karma or something. I just needed some sort of AP unit. Because usually you have double melee, double AD items. But anyways, I go double healing on, I fixed up my items, right? Volibear is fine with Kraken. But because my items were weird, I have an extra Bloodthirster. Which I can eventually put some of these healing items on a Braum or something if I cap my board later. But instead I just decide double healing on Volibear, make sure that he never dies. He has armor from Bastion because the Bastions give him some armor. And then double scaling on TF because TF will just stay in the back line. And he can clutch up. He has AD and AP damage. So then he just does both. So perfect. I'm okay with this. Here I messed up the positioning. I was trying to tuck my what's his name? Twisted Fate in the corner just in case they're trying to avoid the Akali. But I should be fine here. Right? Volibear, serious. I think I put Bludgeoner on him. Just because I was worried about, what's it called? I put Bludgeoner because at the time, I didn't know if I was going to hit, like, Shred or Sunder. I don't even know if I re-rolled the Bludgeoner on him, but I don't know if there's much better on Volibear. Serious Slam is pretty good if you have, like, IE, I think. But even that, it got nerfed, so it's not even that good anymore. Like, his kit doesn't work well with it. Bludgeoner is just, like, a straight damage increase. And I only have 20% Shred Sunder, so I feel like it's not even bad. So I might actually end up just keeping it for the rest of the game. Like, legitimately. Which sounds really stupid and dumb, but as long as I'm winning rounds and I'm relatively strong, I don't think I need to, like, stress out about switching it, if that makes sense. Here I just take Gwen. Gwen with a sword. Fuck it. Gwen with a sword. The reason is that Gwen could be on my next in, right? I have Edge of Night. If I make some AP items, or if I have additional AP items, like I said, we're only building damage items here, right? Some survivability, because that's what I'm getting stuck with. I'm trying to kill the components. But, like, you know, what's it called? A Giant Slayer would be great. You know, there's lots of things I can make. I can make a Sterex as well. That's pretty good on a lot of units. Another Edge of Night is fine, because I have all these Bastions. But Gwen is also a unit that I can play next in, right? I have Soul Fighter and Sorcerer with Swain and Jinzhao. So Gwen could be my other 5-cost carry. And that's like plus a 5-cost that potentially is my next in unit. I just take that on Carousel, right? Because, like, you know, I have this open cloak, right? But, like, there's not many good cloak items, right? I can make, like, there wasn't a bow available because I was last pick, I don't think. You know, I'd rather just take the Gwen. And then the sword can be some sort of offensive component for somebody. And it will be fine. That was my thought process. Maybe it was wrong, but, I just don't want to make tank items. There's no need for tank items. I have enough tank. Do I lose this? I think I might lose this to the Janna. Oh no, Volibear clutches. Look at this fucking clutch. Look at this Volibear. What a fucking demon. Final Ascension, double healing. Look at this Janna trying her damned hardest. Look at this shit. Look, she's fucking trying, but she has no fucking damage because she doesn't have any AP. She has a fucking wit's end. Damn. That's what I mean. I saw this very similarly in the tournament. Like, this Volibear unit, he's pretty shit. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like he's a good unit. Like, obviously, like, this isn't like that valid of a line. I kind of high rolled the fact that I have this Twisted Fate as well. But, like, in a lot of these matchups, when people don't have their full board online, he's pretty good at just being a demon. He's pretty good at just, like, living and killing off units. So between last second save, double healing, and then Final Ascension proc, he has enough damage. Right, I have Edgelord for base AP. Right, he's not a crit build or anything, but I have a lot of damage amp, because as long as he survives to Final Ascension, he can pretty much clean up. So it actually worked out really well with my augments, because if I didn't have Final Ascension, I don't even think he has enough damage to win out there. But anyways, I'm down. This Volibear is going to be hard to deal with, for sure. We got Ascension proc. Twisted Fate's rocking the scaling. Edge of Night kind of griefs me because then my Twisted Fate gets damaged. And then Volibear just clutches up. Again, those are 2 rounds. That's why if you were wondering before, I said I was fast 9 and I rolled really deep at the start of the stage. That's why you have to roll for the Volibear 2. If you don't have the Volibear 2, nah, this shit does not work. Right? And this is like the missing key for like lines like this. Because this Volibear just fits in so nicely. Gives you such a good opportunity to like stabilize and win out. And then as you can see here, slamming. I'm getting slamming value all stage. Hopefully I did. If I missed it, I didn't miss slamming, right? I'm just skipping. Okay, I have this cloak. Did I not slam this? How many turns did I not slam? I think I slammed it instantly. Whatever. We're fine. Skip back to the present. I look at these items. I think to myself, I know I said no tank items, but I really didn't think I had an option here. Like, what do I grab? Double Volibear. I have sword. I should have taken bow, I think. It would have been bow adaptive. These aren't that good. Okay, you know what my thought process is here? I say to myself, I don't need Edge of Night on Volibear because he has double healing. So what I want to do here is I want to make IE. So I say to myself, I'm going to make IE, fuck the cloak, and I'll just make Protector's Vow. And then I'm going to put Edge of Night Protector's Vow on Braum. I think that's what my thought process was. Which I don't think is right because I have the Gwen. I think I forgot about the Gwen. If I'm being honest here, I think I forgot about the Gwen. Low-key, because I could have just made Hodge Giant Slayer probably if I was playing for Gwen. Because the Protector's Vow is really only good on Braum. That's the problem. And then I save a remover here because I know I'm going to need another remover for Braum. So I sell Xin Zhao because it's not as important as Swain. I make double healing or double Omnivamp Volibear, which I think should be enough to let him survive. So I don't need Edge of Night anymore. And then I put the Edge of Night on a random unit that I'm going to sell. So I'm probably going to sell Rel for, what's his name? For Braum. And I'm going to roll next turn for the Braum. And be in a good spot. We're also holding the Volibear out because nobody plays Volibear and everybody's contesting the other units. This guy's way too strong. That's fine. We'll beat him later. Who cares? He chewed through my front line. It's fine. But the idea is that I'll go for Volibear 3 on level 9 as a secondary win condition. My Twisted Fate is also scaling, so the Twisted Fate should be able to clutch up. I shouldn't have a problem outscaling anybody. But anyways, we level here. It's off tempo, but it is what it is. You know, I could have leveled next turn and saved 2 gold and like be better, but I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just win these rounds. So I roll. Obviously, I can play Zyra over Gwen. I think it's better in these situations. I think after the buff, she's a lot better of a unit. Also hold Yone because you're going to replace the Volibear with Yone. But I think once you hit Braum, it's not even better. And then this was my plan, right? Now this Braum's going to be hard to deal with because he has Protector's Vow, so he's going to be able to cast early. And he also has Edge of Night, so he won't even die that easily. We also had Twisted Fate 3. It was a really good roll down for me. Very high roll. Very, very good. If I didn't high roll, you know, similarly, last time I did this, I didn't hit any of the 5 costs on my roll down, and I just went for like a straight 4th, which is very likely or very possible. So obviously you still need to like be able to hit stuff and win out here. We lose to Katarina. I think my positioning was bad though, right? Or maybe my Volibear just got eaten up. Yeah, no Edge on the Volibear, he just gets eaten up by the Katarina. But that's fine, we're scaling, right? Our Twisted Fate will scale. He'll give like our tanks more juice. He'll give himself more juice. So at one point we'll just win out because of the Twisted Fate. And additionally, I'm 6 Volibear. So if I hit Volibear 3, I also win out that way. So I'm in an okay spot. It's a little bit scary because if I fight like a Janna player and I lose, or I fight another player and I lose, I'm just in a bad spot. But Twisted Fate 2, I should be fine against some of the other players in the lobby. So long as I just like don't absolutely get screwed over and die. Right? Agreed? Agreed. What happens in the next fight? Let's skip ahead. Okay, so this is the Malzahar player. I don't think this guy can beat me. Because this Darius does not have items. Look at his Darius. He has a Darius 3 with a Thieves Gloves. Like, huh? Like, you double Thieves Gloves Jace Darius? Like, this Darius needs triple items. He has a Malzahar. This is the guy, I think, that had, Twisted Fate. He sold Twisted Fate. He never hit Malzahar. He's level 8 with like a Malzahar 2 carry. Like, I don't know. This feels like win trade, but it is what it is. We beat him. That's fine. We just chill. I can skip a little bit because it's carousel round. Here on carousel, I want a 3rd Braum item, so I'm definitely just taking Protector's Vow if I get it. So Protector's Vow. Now my Braum is a fucking demon, just casting infinitely. Twisted Fate scaling. We could skip ahead a little bit. I roll a little bit because I was trying to see if I can hit the Braums and the Volibears. So I rolled a 0 here. I don't know why I rolled a 0. I think it's because I'm Braum paired, right? Oh, yeah, I'm 17 gold. I roll and I hit Braum pair. See, I'm Braum paired now. So I'm like, yeah, I'm just sending it to 0. I'm just sending it to 0. I'm no longer playing Gwen. I'd rather just play the Zyra. Zyra Plant also gives me the opportunity to dodge some of the bullshit, like the Collies and the Katarinas. Zyra as well, I want to say, Gwen fucking sucks. Because when you're in a Katarina lobby, I learned this the hard way, the Gwen fucking ints. Because she has 2 hex range, so she's not in the front line. So she basically makes it so that the Katarina has an easy access to the back line. So it's so miserable. Anyways, we're fighting this guy. I think this is a guy that fucking railed me the last time. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm so much stronger. I think my Twisted Fate must have scaled some stats or something. Because last time it wasn't even close. I got like 4-0'd. And then here, I just fucking deleted him. So I don't know. Maybe I just didn't hit Ascension before my Volibear died or something. I don't remember. But I think we're at critical mass and we probably win out anyways. Because as soon as my Twisted Fate makes it a couple more rounds, we probably just win, right? It's probably just over. We're also 2 off of Volibear, which we might actually hit, you know. Get some gold from Twisted Fate. We're probably going to roll. We're 1 off Volibear, so now we're just sending it to 0. I make the Braum, you know, if you're like a really like, you know, stressful player, you can just decide not to make Braum to look for the Volibear, you know, more gold to roll. But nobody in this lobby looks like they're in a spot to deny me, right? Like, look, this guy has 20 gold, he's level 8. This guy has 0 gold, he's level 8. Like, it's fucking over. Because, like, I'm either going to win by Volibear or I'm going to win by Twisted Fate. Like, I have too many win conditions now. But like I said, we definitely high rolled, right? Because the Twisted Fate early makes such a huge difference. There's a lot of these fights that I'm pretty sure are Twisted Fate bonus buff diffs. You know what I mean? Because I'm clearly outscaling fights. Like, my board isn't really changing. And I'm just doing so much better against certain players that I've already lost to. Yeah, but Ascension procs. It's not even close. Last time we needed Volibear to clutch up. This time we don't need anything. We have a Braum just yeeting everybody off the board. Ascension, Twisted Fate, double scaling. Like, hello. And then, yeah. Where's my thing? Wait. Let me pause the music. Oh, it has my fucking thing. You can't even see it. Okay, this was me when I was streaming. Look. Anyways. What's it called? The thing here is that you want to roll on neutrals. Because you want to roll before the, oh, look, it's like fucking Inception. It's like, which one am I? No, you want to roll on neutrals here because you don't want to give them a chance to deny you. So as soon as you have any gold, you're 1 off, you just roll every single turn. So I have the Volibear. Now there's some nasty shit you can do, by the way. I can just keep this shop locked indefinitely until the last second next round because the other players see that I'm 1 off Volibear and then they'll just waste their gold rolling for the Volibear. You know, and stressing themselves out and wasting, like, you know, that's like an optimization you can do. I'm scared that this game has a bug. I don't want to lose the game because I didn't buy the Volibear because I was trying to hyper optimize to make sure that my enemies wasted their gold rolling for Volibear. But they don't seem fucking bothered. They don't give a shit. Because, like, you know, who would deny me? You know, not the guy with 50 gold. It's like, they probably already accepted that I won the game. But it's Volibear 3 time, baby! Volibear 3. And then I finally have that Giant Slayer that I wanted. So I switched the item on Twisted Fate. I think Volibear is fine with double healing. Sometimes you want, like, anti-stun on, like, your stun unit so they don't get, like, cheated by, like, getting CC'd or something. We're just up too much. I'm pretty sure with Volibear 2 we still win this game. Because we railed. We absolutely deleted the Janna player. And I don't think this Ari player, like, yes, it's the Nico Drop Blossom with, like, you know, I think they have Tiny Team as well or something. But, like, I just don't think that they have a chance. I'm going to be honest. Even without the Volley 3. Maybe they did. Maybe they did because it looked kind of close, that fight. But either way, that just guarantees our first. GG. Well played game in my opinion. A little bit hoping for win out. A little bit risky, kind of. But, you know, it is what it is. It's a degenerate patch, so you sometimes have to play a little bit degenerate. I felt like this game was very degenerate, because, like, usually I like to just play, like, a 4-cost comp and just, like, play for the win out, like, you know, or play for the top 4. Here I was playing very 1st or 8th, right? There was a good chance if I didn't hit Twisted Fate, I just end up, like, a 5th here, or, like, a 6th, maybe. right? Like it's very hard to it's very hard to outcap some of these reroll lines if you don't have like something that scales you really well into late. We could have also missed Noxus Trap, right? And then we would have had to waste fruit removers and stuff. Like it could have gone really poorly really fast. But you know, we just have Volibear 3. 07. Rip this guy. We could watch 1 or 2 more fights, the last couple fights, and then we'll just like sign it off. Hopefully that was helpful or informative. I tried to explain a lot of the decision making along the way. That's the point of the VOD review portions of these. I might also go through some of my losses eventually on this channel. I just don't like doing the losses because like I feel like there's always a peanut gallery that doesn't say stuff that's actually helpful or informative. They just kind of like, yeah, I wouldn't have done that, and it's like, yeah, no shit, I said that in the video, I wouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? It's like it's different when you're playing the game. That's why I'm not Challenger. That's why probably the chatter isn't Challenger. You know what I mean? It's because we make mistakes and stuff. But anyways, this was pretty fine. It puts me, I have not played a lot of games on the set so far, so I'm still in Master. I'm hoping that I can hit GM soon so I can stop playing because I fucking hate this set. You know, if I'm being, you know, if we're taking off the veil of, you know, the truth here on the VOD channel, like Fenrir Unfiltered, we could maybe call this channel. Like, holy fuck, is this a set? Oh my god, man. I don't think I've had this little fun playing TFT in a long time. Like, my god. Has there been a, like, I think there was one patch I had fun, and it got B patched, then C patched, then D patched. Like, holy. Anyways, first, right, the comp cap's high. You don't have to worry too much. I personally, I think the Bastion version is easier. It's not necessarily easy to cap with, but it's pretty nice because of the flexibility you have around the 5 cost. Juggernaut version is the other option. Similar style of gameplay. It's just harder to stabilize on 8 in my opinion. I think Bastion has like a lower ceiling, higher floor, and then the Juggernaut has like, I mean, it's hard to say. That one also has a pretty good floor. I feel like it's just a matter of perspective of how much you value having Lee Sin or not, right? Because Lee Sin, obviously, like, I think Lee Sin 2, if I was stuck on Volibear 2, Lee Sin 2 is way better than Volibear 2. But I don't think you need, like, 6 Juggernaut for the Lee Sin. You can just play a Lee Sin over the Volibear if you hit it, you know what I mean? And then you could still just play the Bastion board. But what do I know? Anyways, hopefully that was enjoyable. Hopefully that was fun. Have a great day and see ya. Bye-bye.